bear, and I was like, okay. So I grabbed the bear.
That's right.
Was,
And now the bear was left last seen on the Isle of Man.
yeah, because Tara was with her, and then after that, I never saw her again. And I was like, okay, sure. She wasn't my problem. Tara didn't know who she was. Tara was the only person in the party other than Robert that knew it wasn't actually just a bear. But Tara also didn't.
Yeah, I don't think any of you would have figured out the whole setup for that one, though.
Well, Tara saw her transform at one point.
It's true.
So Tara knew. She just didn't ask because it wasn't her problem.
No, that's fair. Well, Robert, the only thing you've missed is I am fully prepared for today's session of shopping and stupidity. There's nothing you all can manage to do to completely throw off today's session.
Nice.
This is a challenge.
Not even the discussions we had?
No, it'll be fine. Totally. I'm fully prepared for that part, too. Yes. fully prepared. Oh, this is going to be interesting. It does remind me, actually, though. I do want to grab... Where... Okay, I was going to grab the book you sent me, but I don't know where I put it. Oh, there.
So did you tell them what my my 3 choices are right now?
For what you're choosing for Monster Monday?
Yeah.
No. I left the mystery for you to discuss.
What you got, Robert?
I'm down to the Beholder, a Mind Flayer, or the one that sounds really interesting I've thought about is the Cadaver Collector.
Honestly, Cadaver Collector would be interesting. It would only be bad if we were near the Lich's place, because they could enslave you. But if we're not near there, you'd be perfectly fine. But we'd have a reason to avoid it if you were in the party, so it wouldn't really matter at that point. I think that's probably the most interesting one out of the 3, in my opinion.
I just think it'd be fun to pick things up and stab them on my back and then just keep fighting.
Yeah.
Please don't pick up people's random pieces of them that go flying.
If you don't want to use bears, just throw a crocodile. It's the same CR. Throw a crocodile at the party.
I'm just saying, man, if you want to find out a horror story, go ask Maya about what happened when a polar bear and 2 black bears showed up. And how, 4 party
members... And now
Lucius
Lucius is left to deal with it.
Yeah, how 4 party members killed themselves, basically. And the 5th died to a dire goose. But, that one was their own fault. They decided to shove a broadaxe up a dire goose's ass.
I remember that, because that was in Barge's fucking recording machine for some reason. He didn't know why.
Yeah, Jacob, who famously played Captain Ricard, also, he had this changeling for the Hellcard Company who was this tiny female portraying themselves as an old dwarven mercenary captain. It was a whole thing. But, I digress. Caleb, are you still there, or did you walk away for a minute, just to confirm? Okay, cool. Because I see you're on mute.
Caleb could send a Phoenix Giant Spider and have a Dr. Spider joke in the first session.
I would prefer you didn't do that. Alright. Welcome back, everyone. It has been a while. Last time we left off, the party gloriously fought their way through a dungeon with some amazing crit confirms and fails that would cause some great notoriety, including such as a blindness deafness that would cause a dragon to implode from the insides, blowing its body and portions of its fiery exterior all over the majority of the party. After a little bit more insanity, literally, the party would end up awakening the dungeon and causing it to, in a sense, fly away. The party would instead teleport out and find themselves in the capital city of the Tabaxi lands, known as Roscon. Formerly, rather, known as Roscon, after the building or the city had been destroyed by a red dragon. and its horde. A lot of you, when you teleport in, with the sun coming down, being in what looks to be a once destroyed throne room, a melted down chair that is now nothing more than a pile of cloth and what looks to be melted stone. The pillars all around, many of them cracked and shattered. All the statues that were once in here are long gone. What was a very nice open roof that allowed free airflow throughout the entirety of the throne room, completely missing, in some cases, I believe, stalagmites sticking up from the ground from the melted material of the former roof. Looking out about as the night went on for those who would take up watch, giving you each a long rest. You would all be able to see that the town below, though mostly in shambles, many of the stone buildings that once stood there brightly colored with artistic designs all around. A city truly wondrous for and well known for its art and science. Now nothing more than a bunch of destroyed buildings, mostly with wooden huts and shacks having been set up, but little shops having been built around, and a small tabaxi kind of a commune slowly seems to be developing as you all watch from the top of this. Basically, what is in the similar design of the Chichen Itzu, a very large 3 or 4 sided pyramid going all the way up, with a very steep stairway going all the way going down. You'd guess maybe about 250 feet to the ground, as it's not exact. This is extremely high. Lucius, I believe you've been here once before with the party, if I remember correctly. Or am I thinking of some? No, I'm thinking of last campaign. Never mind.
Okay, I was gonna say I'm not sure.
My character's from here.
I'm thinking of last the campaign before, or Rejected Potential, when they kept coming back here. But yeah, so as you all awaken the following morning, of course, Durali having been from here, or it being from the capital itself, you all come to awaken to the sun rising in the west. The sky's a strange greenish color, and not a cloud in the sky. As you look about, you can hear the sounds of birds chirping very far off in the distance, but otherwise the sounds of the town have yet to come to life. What would you all like to do?
It's time for a Durali adventure in the city. Durali's got baubles to find.
Fair. Alright, so Durali...
Did you say the shops in this city wouldn't have any magic items or anything?
You don't know.
Okay.
From what you would know, based on the world news that you've already heard, you know Roscon was sacked at some point, before you joined the party, and before you met up with Hawken. However, you're not sure if they would have any magic items. And there's also no accounts of people saying what sacked the city, just that a red dragon was last seen in the area.
Oh, cool. So I'm just gonna go ahead and considering that, I would like to use the charge on my dragon scale mail.
Okay.
Just to magically discerns distance and direction to any closest black dragon within 30 miles. I'm just making sure.
Okay. You said dragon as well?
Black dragon.
Black dragon. Yeah. Okay. Let me see something here real quick. I'm just checking.
I know you said red, but
yes,
I can't track those. So
I'm checking my logs. There is nothing within the range that you're picking up.
Well, if it makes us feel any better, there's no black dragons around.
Oh, I didn't see any of those during the sacking either.
You were here?
Well, this is my home. Yeah.
I mean, what did it?
Bunch of dragons came through, took all the magic items, killed a lot of people. It's one of the reasons I left.
There were no more baubles left.
Oh yeah, they stole the baubles. Saddest part.
Bless
Bless
the
you.
person that sneezed in the distance.
Bless again.
She said thank you.
As you lot are looking on and kind of chatting, a little fire going as you begin to kind of cook up breakfast, waken as the day with a small fire. Dorali, looking out, give me a perception check.
Like most of my characters, I'm not very perceptive, but let's see. That's a nat 20 for a 21.
Okay. As you're kind of, chewing on some food, as the rest are kind of waking up and gathering and talking, you take a minute and kind of walk over to the edge of the stairs where it goes directly from the throne room to the exit stairs to head down. And in the distance, you see a figure you recognize. As this cloaked figure seems to be coming towards the castle itself, or the pyramid itself, they seem to have their sleeves kind of together. For the rest of you, as you kind of would head over and look, you would see roughly just a cloaked figure with some sort of very pale face, and their entire body just covered in this very simple blackened cloak and a little rope. Probably some cheap piece of twine that you guys can tell from this distance, wrapped around their middle.
Now the question is, DM, because I see the image, and I remember this character roughly. Does Dorali know what he did?
Dorali knows of this gentleman. Give me a history check.
That's a 5.
So noteworthy, Dorali being here during the attack, having watched and seen a lot of it, he would have seen that this figure supposedly was the one who rescued a lot of the townsfolk in the city during the initial attack, and was like sneaking them out of the town to get away from the sacking. It was also you would have seen him at one point take on 2 wormlings and kill them both in a single blow. As almost without even breaking a sweat. However, you would note you've never seen the person's true face, only the mask that they've walked around with, and you would not know of their name or much more beyond that.
Fair enough. Actually, I think the only person that knows what he actually did was Sigrun at this point. Yeah, because Sigrun met him when we were here.
Mm-hmm.
What a time did not have Maya. Shit. Okay. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, I'm not gonna bother.
Okay. What about the rest of you? Is there anything else any of the rest of you would like to do?
I mean, I got nothing.
Okay.
Besides, maybe when we all go down to the shop, but I got nothing to do right now except play my harmonica.
Oh no.
All right. As you go ahead and give me a performance check, let's see how well you do.
A simple 13. A simple 13 performance.
Add a d6 to it.
Ah, sweet.
Let me jazz this up a little bit. Let me get the liar in here. Hold on.
All right, give me a performance check as well, Dorali. 1.
All right.
Okay, and then Dorali.
24.
Nice.
As the harmonica starts to play, Vermorn isn't the greatest early in the morning, as it seems to be kind of off key every once in a while, kind of starting to ride on your guys' nerves a little bit. Although suddenly, just as he starts to kind of come out of tune, his his steed seems to start clicking their hooves on the ground, causing the clicking to add to the motion. And as Dorali slowly joins in, coming back from the stairway, playing their lyre, the music becomes a lot more soothing and melodious. Give me a D10, Dorali.
Oh, okay. That's a 9. No, that's a 6. It's landed upside down.
Party gets 6 temp HP each.
Nice.
As the music is very pleasant and relaxing as you all kind of enjoy the morning breakfast, fire, and performance. Okay.
So, while we're on, this side of the world, there's actually a place I would like to go, after our shopping haul.
I mean, yeah.
And then I will explain to them, but I'm just going to do this because it's easier. The blue circle.
Man took my image and just pasted it. fair enough. Alright, Robert, I see you. Alright. For those who are watching on stream real quick, I'll show the map real quick just so that way they can see where what he's talking about. This little blue circle over here, you see where that little red circle is there. There you go.
It's where my tribe was last seen.
Your tribe.
Yeah, there's some things about me that you haven't learned yet.
Well, I just met you yesterday, so...
Well, here, I guess I can show you all. And since I can do it at will, I'm just gonna fucking turn.
I'm pretty sure we saw you turn into a bear in the dungeon.
Oh, did I?
I don't... No, he did not. No, he didn't. No. As you watch, as suddenly, Lucius starts to grow taller, his back seems to straighten up, his body starts to expand and get hairier, almost the hair starts to cover over the clothing he's wearing, and he turns into a, if I remember right, you're 6 foot tall in your Kung Fu Panda form?
Oh my god,
well,
it's
I'm 6'5" normally.
Okay, so yeah, you jump up to 7 foot tall as he goes a few inches and turns into this giant, vicious panda.
Fluffy friend.
Well, surely ain't the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
Well, I appreciate that.
I've never heard you speak in this way as Lucius. I'm very, very
It's the second time I've done it.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
Do it more often.
as you transform, you all kind of hear the clanging of metal clapping or like smacking against itself, coming from the stairs, standing at the doorway.
I'll go check it out.
I'm gonna turn back to normal.
As you turn back into your normal form, the fur kind of receding back behind the armor, and the grizzled face reappearing, you turn, Durali, and you see the man with the mask standing there, clapping. What you see is sounds of 2 daggers or some sort of sword-like objects together.
Oh.
As he stares at your party.
Nice to see you again, mister.
And the figure just nods.
Well, guys, I don't really know his name. He doesn't talk much, but he assisted during the dragon raid.
Vermorn will, I guess, tip his hat.
As you do, give me a perception check, Vermorn, with advantage.
All right, perception with advantage. That'll be a 21.
Okay. At your level, due to your abilities, as you kind of look towards the figure, you don't see a white masked silhouette, if you will. You see thousands of bodies around him. of all races, creeds, and designs. Some armored, some dressed as noblemen, some children even amongst them. Some that look to be carrying weapons, some who look to have been cut down and stabbed through the back. And as all this kind of hits your head for a second, Vormorn, all these images just like flood into your brain, it suddenly just as much dissipates.
I'll look at Tycheris and nod, and I'm gonna walk towards the figure.
Okay.
And as I get real close, I'm gonna look into his eyes. And go ahead.
No, go ahead.
And penance stare.
Okay.
I'll do it at the highest level if that matters.
Yeah.
That I can do, which would be a 3rd level.
I'm just trying to remember if it's a save or.
You do have it as a save.
I do. Right.
Wisdom.
Let me roll. Okay, that's what's the save DC?
16.
Yeah, you look into his eyes, he stares back, and you suddenly start to feel your own soul start to burn slightly.
Don't worry, even if it succeeds, it takes half damage.
Alright, roll up your, damage.
Alright. Lackluster damage, only 13 fire.
You see his eyes, seem to, slightly ignite, as if inflamed, and then almost immediately extinguish as he continues just to stare at you, Vormorn. And he just kind of walks past you almost now, walking around you after that. Walking over to Key and taking the ration out of their hand, and slowly takes off the mask, and behind the eyes you see a human who looks to be about roughly, here, let me pull up the whole description of him. Here we go. So yeah, as you look on, he looks to be a simple brown-haired, brown-haired, no facial hair, scars, and just tears all across the face that make him very unpleasant to look at. But as he is closer, you get the roughly, he's about 5.5 feet, and all across the scars seem to be strange markings of like ink on them that draw out different symbols and such. And he just kind of smiles with these big green eyes that he has that look to be kind of cut up, the eyelids almost torn off, slightly kind of stitched on roughly back. Alright, give me a second. I don't have my table pulled up for that, Durali.
By the way, DM,
Yes.
there is more damage from the penance stare. I'm gonna
Yes.
have to roll that real quick.
Go
It's
ahead.
a 2d6 plus 3 for psychic.
No worries.
So,
I'll add that onto it.
yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I see what we got there. Okay. Durali, give me a con saving throw at disadvantage.
Oh, this is about to be bad. But I have no regrets. I might have regrets. It's a 13.
You all watch as Durali, like, kind of looking and examining this now non-masked figure who's taken his mask off and is just kind of standing there chewing on the a bit of hardtack. As Durali looks, he just starts she just turns and starts vomiting like mad all over the ground, just horrendously. Durali, the last thing you see is this you see a simple boy in this image, almost behind this taller image, surrounded by just death. And what I mean when I state death, I mean you look on and feel like you're staring into what is the face of a creature that has stolen millions of lives before they were due. Whatever is this person is something that you can't seem to comprehend for moments, and causes your stomach to just churn. As the figure kind of puts the mask back down or back on, and it it finishes off the hardtack. As you say that, Kai,
Key.
Key, yes. I don't know why you're unmuted. Okay. As you get ready, he gets ready. He seems like he's about to respond, and as you turn to Durali suddenly, seeing it, the vomit it's a strange color of this amalgamation of black and greenish strips. Durali, you didn't eat anything like that, and you're pretty sure it's not supposed to look like that when you puke. But no.
No. Durali's eyes would be glowing slightly white as... Well, they didn't know what she did. They did the same randomly during the dungeon.
Mm-hmm.
Tycharis is... I'm going to mount Tycharis and prepare my whip to attack.
As you start to climb on, you hear suddenly the voice from the figure speak and go, "I wouldn't do that if I were you."
What did you do? Oh, God. I thought I liked chaos.
He looks on at... it's over at Vormorn. Mask still on, the eyes looking like they're in pain. And he looks at Vormorn and goes, "The sins I have committed, you cannot fathom, child. Do not challenge me." And he just stares at Vormorn.
I'm still here, by the way.
Yeah,
just keep that in mind. Just
Okay.
Just sound like...
there's just a stare down going on.
He looks at the rest of the group, looks about and goes, to lighten the mood, I would recommend a little pinch of spice to your cooking. It's very bland. He looks over at Key and nods and smiles at that comment and goes, "Yes. I don't much care for violence if I can help. I prefer jovial matters if we can have a good time. I don't feel like another eyesore if you don't mind there, good sir." No? Okay. Well, I tried to make a joke. Obviously.
Durali's just mumbling about millions and about she thought death was fine, but now it's clearly fucking not.
Welcome to my world, kid.
I don't get why people keep doing that. You're the fourth person I've met in this week that has apparently started throwing up after seeing me. I tell one killer joke and they all start vomiting. It's a very unique situation.
Jokes tend to have the same effect on me.
Well, I guess I'll keep it to a minimal. If you don't mind my asking, before I have to kill your friend there on the nightmare, and I should warn, friend on the nightmare, I do have a great worm tied up in the basement underneath this stronghold. Do you really think you have the chance to fight me? Okay.
Ooh, big dragon? I want to meet it.
You really don't. She's really feisty right now.
I like feisty people.
Key begins rubbing Durali's stomach. Alright.
Being very cat-like, does fall on her stomach and start just hanging out. She's just sunbathing now.
Key's just right in front of everyone, just rubbing the breasts of Durali for some reason.
Oh.
No, he said belly, lower.
Teat.
No.
Listen, sorry, the teat.
Like,
I don't
I'm
know.
not cat-like.
Yeah, cats don't have breasts. Remember that technically they're teats.
Well, yes, I'm sorry.
Yes.
Dude. But no, yeah, and also, Durali's not exactly just walking around naked, so.
I am wearing half plate.
Yeah.
I'm not...
So Key is sitting there rubbing Durali's plate, basically. There's but as the figure kind of turns to look about and he goes, "So Can I ask why you're in the royal throne room? Really, that's the only reason I'm here. I'm not here to cause you problems.
Well, because this is the place I'm most familiar with in the capital, so this is where we teleported.
Yeah. Well, you scared a couple of the locals, so, I mean, honestly, I was just here to make sure you're alright. If I may ask, he turns up again to Vormorn, can you not stare at normal people with that? Because I have a feeling that's going to hurt someone that's not, immune to fire and psychic attacks there, buddy boy. Also, sweet hello in the future would definitely do you a lot better than, hey, let me look into your eyes romantically and then set them on fire! Oh, God.
Yeah, what's wrong with burning passion?
Hey, it's fine to have a burning passion, but, this mask, if I wasn't wearing it, that would have really hurt.
The mask is a bauble?
Yeah. It's not a bauble, it's a very powerful artifact I stole from a demon in Moors.
Wrong bauble.
Yeah, no, this thing attracts fiends like no other, but it's really effective. Anyways, I was just checking it. I saw something big light, thought you were something to do with that Monsters 5 lot that keeps popping up in random places, doomsdaying towns and throwing dragons at people. So, I had to make sure you weren't a problem. I hope you understand the situation here. Alright, so the one on the horse don't like me much. Do the rest of you get the memo?
I've just never seen that many bodies around someone before.
What, bodies? I haven't killed anybody.
Sure.
I wouldn't harm a fly. Well, I mean, I've killed dragons. I've killed, creatures, monsters.
I have no hate. I'll leave it where it is.
I'm gonna be honest in my life anymore. I don't really like anybody, so...
See, now
don't take it personally.
I like you. That's a good way to look at it. At least you're willing to tell me that. The one on the horse there just seems upset with me for some reason, thinking he's got the brass to walk up, look at me in the eyes romantically, and not take me out to dinner first. I mean, come on now. Can't even play the harmonica decently. I mean, I was coming up here, and your performance was god-awful. If it wasn't for whatever that clicking sound was, I can't even imagine how much what you would have done. And he looks over at Key and goes, yeah, they I don't think they've been through the capital, but I know that they've been out traveling about looking for, what do you call them? Resources, people. One of my old contacts works for him. Big orangutan fella, looks like a troll. His name's Horv. He's kind of an a-hole, knows his plants, doesn't like people. I recommend, if you're going to talk to the man, I recommend with a crystal ball and away from nature. And he turns back over to Lucius as Key contemplates for a moment. And he goes, by the way, does the tall fella on the horse always do that?
Do what?
I look people in the eyes passionately and set them on fire.
Just people he thinks are really beautiful.
Oh,
also,
what?
We just met him yesterday.
Yeah, that too.
Roll persuasion check, Lucius. Oh no! What'd you roll?
13.
Yeah. He looks over one more and goes, I appreciate your interest in me, but I'm going to be honest, after the last one, I can't do any more partners. I always end up dead. But,
I'm just going to spit on the ground and just fly out the window with Tycheris.
Huh. That hot. He's not going to get many dudes doing that. Does he know that?
I don't know.
I'm not really into the whole spit take thing, personally. But hey, and he shouts up to you as loud as he can, Vormorn, and goes, you do you, mate! And he kind of giggles. Oh, your name, okay, so your name's Lucius, and that, alright. And that's Gerard. Oh, I should probably introduce myself. Name's Bahadu. I guess I live here.
Nice home.
Like capital here, or like this building?
I mean, I live in the castle, true, but I live underneath most of the time. I'm not much for the being seen by people. Kind of like you're flying. Also, I didn't know horses could fly. That's also a really big fucking horse for something for a man that size. I feel like he's a what do you call it? Compensating for something.
I don't know, the way he talks to the horse sometimes, it might be his lover.
You know, I heard about some people making deals with weird fiends. I'd explain. I mean, I know that's a nightmare. Big fucking nightmare. I've never seen one that large, but, you know. I don't know what the hell he is, but alright, anyways. Yeah, sorry. So, the reason I'm here, 100% was just because you scared the town folk. I'm just here checking in on you, making sure everything's good. You know, I'm not here to cause you any trouble. If I had to kill you, we wouldn't be having this conversation. Also, I feel like your friend would have done better at rolling seduction on me there. He kind of looks over again up into the distance where he last saw Vormorn, looking in the clouds or the clear sky.
I'll let him know you'll message him.
Yeah, you know, I know. Hey, if he's into that, I know a fella might be more his type. Here, and he starts digging around into his robes and pulls out a little green crystal and hands it to you and goes, call him up. He's a good contact of mine. Just tell him that Bahadu sent you. He should be able to help you out with your friend's love connection.
May I ask what their name is?
You know, is that a gold tapestry with magic runes drawn all of it?
Please just answer the question.
Yeah. Oh, look at the smoke bomb time, and he jumps in one smoke bomb and with
Dispel
your
magic.
He watches that thing hits the ground and just kind of stays there. No smoke comes out. He looks at it, goes, "You really aren't any fun. Yeah, I could kill you all and leave if I wanted to. This is really.
I'll help you leave if you give me a smoke bomb.
You can have the one he just dispelled. I mean, you just got to re-enchant it.
That doesn't count. It doesn't work.
I mean, I don't want it. And he kicks it over.
I'll keep the ball. Why not?
I'm just gonna take the
ball
stairs.
hole?
And he turns and starts walking back towards the entrance.
We just wanted an answer.
I don't. He turns back. What answers? What do you want?
The name of the person and the crystal?
Oh, he's he goes, shit. You know, the reason I didn't want to answer this because I don't remember his fucking name. Give me a minute. He starts digging around in his sleeve.
Could you just tell us, like, what race, what gender, you know, basics?
Would it bother you if I could tell you I didn't know?
Oh, God. How is he an old contact?
Give me an insight, Kia. Feel free.
I have enough contact to not remember.
I'm gonna be honest. I've never had him undress in front of me. I don't know what he's got dangling between his legs. And as far as his race, yes, yeah. I don't remember his name. I just know he's a good guy. He's harmless if that's what you're worried about. Like, he doesn't know how to use a weapon or magic. Well, he knows how to use one spell, but not in the way that you'd hope.
Well, I was gonna roll insight, but I rolled a nat 1 for a total of 9.
Yeah, nope, no, he seems to be telling you the truth. He goes,
Here, Durali, this guy's your friend. You keep a hold of that. I'm just gonna hand him the crystal.
Ooh. She'll take it.
But, so long as you lot aren't here to cause any trouble, you're welcome to travel about. If you're ever back over on the bigger continent, about, I don't know, weeks travel from here to the west, you'll want to activate the crystal to get in touch with my buddy. Last I heard, he was in the Knoll Lands. I think he was checking out the ruins of, one of their territories. I don't know if he's still there, but if you contact him, he'll help your friend out there with getting someone. He's also generally a good guy to ask questions about if you ever need information, because he studies nothing but the histories of the old world, so. He's got a real fascination with dragons as well, in fact. Anyways, if I answered your question, are you going to dispel my next smoke ball I randomly throw?
question. Did anyone steal my bauble hoard from me?
I don't know. I don't even know who you are. Well, that's not true. I know exactly who you are and you are and you are. I don't know who the tall, passionate fellow was. Never seen him before. But, yeah. I don't know. You can look around town. I can tell you right now, if it was in a stone building, it's probably melted.
Oh.
I just wanted to know the name. I wasn't gonna let you attempt to hurt you or anything.
Call him, if you want a good name to call him, I call him George. No, it's not that famous George Bush guy. I get asked that so often. How many of these people know this George Bush dude? I don't know. And he just kind of starts walking off as he's like yelling this out loud to himself. Vormorn, where are you heading, by the way, as you fly away on your horse?
I was gonna head down to the market.
Oh, okay. As you head down to the market, getting all the way to the ground, you see the townsfolk starting to awaken, people starting to shout and call out things. As you look, kind of just immediately walk your way through from one side to the other, because not a very large town at this point. You see a couple of groups, two trade guild buildings called the Emerald Paragons and the Society of Unseen Disciples. A tavern that just seems to have outside the wording Her Leva's Rest. A blacksmith that seems to be an open concept with a very large phallus working in it. To give you what he looks like, it's easier for this because you guys won't get the full appreciation. As you see this short phallus with his massive hammer. Well, what would be massive for a phallus is about the size of a mall for you, Vormorn. As he's got jewelry throughout his fluffed out face, he looks to be very Maine Coonish with a grayish color, a very white extension to his fur. Seems to be an open concept as he's smashing away at things. He has a little koi pond off to the side of the smithy that he seems to actively throw chunks of metal into that crack off. And a couple of brick towers in the back from what you can see from the main road. Continuing down, you see an alchemy shop called the Bubbling Alchemist Academy, which doesn't really stick out too much to you. And a couple other shops, an enchanting, a jeweler, a general store, and a church.
Does the blacksmith have any signs of that they also deal in leatherworking? No?
As you look about his stuff, you see him working alone on what looks to be a very large, large to him, a normal-sized breastplate that has magical runes in it that he seems to be hammering into, almost as if like he's pressing another piece of metal onto it. And as you look about, you do see two other fellas of similar coat design, just a lot more gray and a lot more cleaned up. And about maybe a good couple of years younger, roughly. What looks to be a male and a female apprentice working in the corner. One seeming to be tanning a hide up and down, and another who seems to be pulling what looks to be this weird goo out of the skull, or out of the decapitated head of a wolf. But you do see them working with leather. You just don't see any leather items out in the front of the store. But as you look about the store, you also don't see any items out and about, as the shop is so open. It seems like there is a building in the back, though, around the shop.
I'll go to the blacksmith.
Okay. As you go heading in, the older fellas kind of seeing you. Now you see his shirt having been kind of torn a little bit from him hammering and burned and singed. The smell of burning hair kind of emanates throughout his smithy. He looks up at you and goes, "Oi, you look like a salt of the earth. What do you want?"
Well, I'm come here to see if you've got anything that's I might need. More specifically, do you happen to have any leather armor at the strength of plate?
I got some +3 legendary armor that some kid came in and sold me. About 50,000. They called it the +3 armor. Little redhead humanoid that walked through here a while back. He said it was made from dragon hide. No idea where the hell he figured out a dragon, but it was dragon hide. The hide wasn't well taken care of, so I've spoofed it up a little bit. I got some other hide and leather armors if you're interested. What kind of what are you looking for it? You looking for something to fight a dragon? You looking for something to kill a god? You looking for something to beat up the local tavern bully? What are you looking for?
Well, I need something as strong as plate, but far more maneuverable. So, that +3 leather, I don't know if it'll do the job.
You got 50,000 gold pieces?
Not gold pieces, but I do got some other gemstones and such that I could get up to, probably.
Oh, then you don't want... Hey, if you want to make some coin or off your gems, you want to go to the jeweler further in town. But if you come back with the coin, I'm more than happy to part.
Alright then. I might be back. Have a good day, sir.
He nods and goes, and if you bring me any monster gear, make sure that you know what you want. I'm not making you anything off the top of my head. Damn adventurers these days expecting us smiths to figure out all the hard work.
Alright, I'll go to the jeweler's.
Sorry, what was that?
I will go to the jeweler's.
Alright. As Vormorn heads off further into town, Lucius, Key, and Durali, what are y'all doing?
Making my way downtown.
You know what I'm on.
Walking
Walking
fast.
fast.
Space is fast.
No?
Homebound. Well, no, not quite yet.
On the harmonica.
No, put the harmonica down.
I am going to be playing with the hoop of perfect bubbles while I walk
Okay.
to go buy bubbles.
Alright. Key?
You know. Do-do-do-do-do-do. And now, dear.
And I need you.
Do-do-do-do-do.
So Key's just gonna start singing as they walk. Alright, Key, give me a performance check.
All right. Currently, my laptop's updating, so I have to do this on my phone.
That's fair.
Performance is only a +1. But it's going to be a 19, baby.
As you start singing, Key, you're on pitch. As you're walking, people start tossing coins your way. As you walk through the streets, finally seeing as you guys catch up to Vormorn, seeing him in the distance, heading towards what used to be a market center of this portion of town. And as people toss coins at you, you pick up a total of 15 silver pieces.
Ooh.
As your singing seems to inspire a bunch of people. As you lot, though, go walking through town, as you catch up with Vormorn, you see him... God damn it.
I will teleport 1,000 miles.
As you lot kind of start heading further into town, ignoring that comment, you kind of come to the big, what used to be a marble brick center, now it looks to be charred, destroyed objects. A kind of stout fellow working in a little small market stall in front of what is a much grander 2-story brick building with tan wooden roofs and pillars, curved entryways. You can see from the inside that it has magical torches lit. There are bookshelves full with like magic and gemstones that are all on display. But in the stall in the front of the shop, this man who seems to be very short in stature, about 4 feet tall in total, wearing really over cumbersome leather, having a little pot on his hip. He seems to be with like a book sticking out of it and a staff in one hand. He has 2 different colored eyes and seems to have a white fluff about him. as he kind of looks about from one way or the other. You notice his green eye is lazier than the blue one, as it seems to kind of slowly turn to the side every once in a while and then reset itself as he looks back the other way. And he looks over at you lot as you come into the market center, and he goes, "Oi, my name's Burrows. Come over here."
A little forward, don't you think?
You're here for gemstones, right?
I think that's the other guy.
I don't know. The man who works the smith, he called me and told me that there were some weird people walking around, said they were looking to sell some gems. Duroli, is that you?
Oh, of course it is.
Hey, short stuff, you're still alive. I thought you burned up with all the dragons.
No, I'm pretty good at teleporting when I'm in danger.
I wish I was the same. Gunter's dead, unfortunately. He got eaten by a dragon. Although that's what happened when you think you're going to end up trying to bite the tail off of one like it's a good idea. I told him to hide the flame-proof closet, but man didn't want to listen. Hey, look back, goes, "So, Duroli, who are your friends here? I see, you got some sort of, turtle person, you got a human, and you got a man on a horse that's got weird colored skin."
Yeah, the man on the horse is the one that's been grabbing the gemstones from our last escapade, so...
Ah, fair.
And then the grizzled one is Lucius, and the one that's about my height is Keith.
Nice.
Hello.
Nice to meet y'all. Name's Burrows. The family in there, that's Clearbold. That's my son. You can see him in the back. Well, if he ever comes out. Everard, somewhere in the town. He's still running around. He's spitting image of myself. You ever see him, feel free to say hello. And the daughter, Agnes, I don't know where she got up to, but last time I saw her, she was trying to make an interest or a pass at that fucking Smithies boy.
Hey, is the people that made the Moodmark paint, they still here? They gone, or are they dead?
Don't know. Don't remember who it was that ran the shop or set up. Probably left. Most of the folks left. The only reason we're all here is because we got some of the local clans have started to repopulate and build up, though most of the locals want to go back to the old days of the forest instead of building cities. Seems these cities keep getting burned down. But anyways, what can I do you for, tall fellow with the horse?
Well, I got some gemstones here that I'd like to part with.
You just want to part with them, or you want them put into something, or you want them magically enchanted?
Speaking of, do you have any soul stones?
Oh, I got soul stones, I got nose stones, I got any kind of stone you're looking for.
I'm gonna hold up the Toothless Beholder that has the empty soulstone slot. I'm looking to get one.
Oh, perfect for that size. It'll be like 600,000 GP.
Good to know. I'm just gonna put it back to my side.
Sorry, soulstones ain't easy to find. They only grow in like 3 places that you can find them underground, unless you're going into the Underdark. And the last time I was able to get someone to go down there for me, well, there's a reason why they're priced so high. I got a friend though that can hook you up if you're interested. His name's Katz. He's a really powerful wizard, does some traveling. I can put some word out that you're looking for one. He might be able to find you one on a lot cheaper.
Well, what all do you need, just out of curiosity, from the Underdark?
Well, there's a couple options. There's a couple creatures that you can get the stones from inside naturally that they grow. It's a byproduct, kind of like a pearl and an oyster, if you will. But what I really need is just the ore itself. From my understanding, at least from what we know out here, the ore only is found in the Underdark. I don't know of any other sources. At least that's what the local adventurers were telling us when we were hiring them. Hell, I'll pay half of the value of my shop right now just to get a hold of a good amount of ore. You know how much that stuff will sell for?
How much is that?
Let's see, about a pound of soulstone ore, or the ore that makes soulstones, rather. let's see. Last I checked, around these parts would go for around 1 million gold pieces at starting value, and that's it. That's on the cheap end if no one's willing to purchase it. Or if more people want to purchase it, because ventures, they won't pay shit for it, but that's how you make artifacts. You sell it to a smith or someone who makes magic items, oh shoot, you're looking at enough to buy a kingdom. Like, the value of this stuff is too wealthy. Because you literally could trap the soul of any creature in it. You could trap a silver dragon in it, you could trap a beholder, you could trap a god, theoretically, if you can figure that one out.
You folks interested in making some money?
In the Underdark, I like to go anywhere not there.
I
can't
say,
see well in the dark, so
there is a party, there's a mercenary group, adventure group, sorry, that's what they like to be called right now, that's heading that way if you guys want to join up with them. They leave they should be heading for their expedition in the next couple weeks, but I'll warn you, you die, they keep your kit. Anyways, he looks over for one morning again and goes, what are you looking to do with the gems?
Well, I personally don't know what else to do with them besides selling them.
Oh, here.
You said something about enchanting them? Like, what could I do with that?
Let me see what you got. Hand them over.
Alright, there, I have all the gemstones on my inventory sheet if you just want to look at them, DM.
Yup. Give me a minute just to pull that up. Boop, boop, boop. Everything's slow since I had to delete my history today. There we go. Also, it probably doesn't help that I've been... Holy shit! I forgot I gave you all this.
Yeah, he took every gemstone we got.
Alright, Burrow will look at it and go, let's see. The deep green spinal and the blue sapphire I can turn into magical conductive stones. Same with the fire opal. I can turn that into something to give a fiery enchant or resistance. Emeralds are good for spell focuses, so are white opals. I can turn those into weapons that can give you the ability to put a spell into them. If you want it enchanted, in fact, I can get you a deal. I'll talk to the enchanter across the way. I think they owe me a favor still. I can get them to do it for about 1/3 of the cost. And if you want an item made out of it, as long as you tell us what you want, I could probably get the smith to come in on it for an even cheaper deal, since I'll be the one doing most of the work. What kind of weapon you favor, or items you favor, good friend?
Well, I'm looking to upgrade my protection. I'm looking for a better suit of armor.
I can help you, but I mean, if you're looking for the best of the best, as it looks like you folks are, I mean, Durali's always been a stronger caster than any other person I know. I'm gonna be honest, and he looks over, God damn it. I just saw your comment in the Discord. He goes, I mean, if you want a better smith, the only one I know better than our friend in the town here is, there's a Thrycreen who's been making a name for himself. Tricky Dick or something like that?
Yeah.
He's a madman. I don't know what he is or what he can do, but from what I hear from the dwarves that have traveled or have been sending word, he's the next godsend of smiths. Like, he's some genius. You probably order something from him if you send him the materials, though I doubt it.
You mean... You said Tricky Dick?
Yeah,
Did you mean Tick Trick?
that's it. I'm terrible with these names of these creatures. There's also another one called Siepo or something like that. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, they're lots pretty famous around pretty much anywhere there's adventurers. People have been talking about them. Everyone wants to hunt them down or go and work for them.
Well, I don't know why anyone would want to hunt them down. They're doing good.
Isn't one of them just simply named Asshole?
I don't know. We've heard there's 2 people that have joined them with that name. There's Steely McSteelface that's been called Asshole, and then there's another golem they got called Asshole. So I guess they bought 2 golems that are traveling around with them.
Yo, wait. Bastion, it's your advantage. You have a split. People think you're 2 separate people. Use it to your advantage.
I tell you, though, the scariest one is that Daka fella. I don't trust anybody that stupid. I really don't. Anyways, as I was saying, if you're looking to get work done here, though, in town, I mean, I can make you some items, I can make you some rings, I can make you some other things, but if you're just looking for protection, here's what I recommend. I say you sell me your gemstones, go let the smith down the street know that you want to get some leather armor made of dragon hide, whatever, type of dragon you like. He's probably got it in the back. The bastard's been sending Bahadu out for ingredients for months now. And just try that. And then tell him to come tell me, and I'll make sure it's all set up and enchanted for you. I'll give you some decent armor, depending on what dragon you pick. Let's say, discounting the gems since you brought them to me. I'll give it to you for 60,000 the item, and I'll guarantee it'll be better than anything you can find on the market.
I'll, with all the gemstones, I'll also just give him all the coin I have too. Actually, let me add up all of the gemstone costs real quick.
I was gonna say, if you're gonna tip him, feel free.
Yeah, I just gotta make sure.
Yes, but I recommend also while you're here in town, and he looks over at Durali while Vormorn and starts to count through the gems, figuring out how much coin he has for a moment. He goes, Durali, Evans over there, that human that set up, he's still here. He's still got his general store set up. He's got some new baubles in. He got a new item. He tried to sell one of my kids. I had to turn him down because you know how they get when they get magic items. It's called the Throwing Brick of Returning. So, one of the kids decided to throw it out a window of one of the old folks down the street. Didn't realize the man used to be one of the Royal Guard, and the kids got chased around the city for a couple hours. I keep telling these kids, don't mess with old people in these times. These people have made it through the worst of the worst.
Where's the shop?
Amen, brother.
He nods, he looks at it and goes, Evans, he's in the Arcane Quarter, for all that means these days. About 3 blocks that way. He points across the street.
Durali will do her little run off.
Oh, okay. Is the rest of the party going to, but besides Vormorn, Lucius and Key, are you going to try and follow Durali, or are you going to stay here?
I'll follow Durali.
Okay.
I will stay with Vormorn.
Fair. Burrow looks back over at Vormorn and goes, well, that answers that, I guess, on where Durali's off to. Don't worry, Evans is a sweet guy. He is kind of a powerful magic caster, but, these days, who's not that runs a general store? I mean, you're just gonna get robbed or mugged by adventurers if you don't have something backing up.
You said you made rings, correct?
Yeah, I got a ring of jumping here, I got a ring of diving, I got a ring of smiling. What are you looking for?
I'm actually looking to try to find somebody.
Alright, well, I'm not in that kind of services, but I can make a ring of scrying.
Yeah, that would work.
Yeah, let's see. If you're only wanting it to scry on one person and you're not really worried about their casting capabilities to resist, let's say 3,000 GP for it. And I can have it to you in a day, or delivered to you.
What if we make it a little stronger?
Oh, let's see. I mean, and he kind of starts to think in his head for a second. I've got something probably to increase the catalyst for the spell. How strong are you wanting the spell to be?
Just strong enough that I know they can't resist.
Well, that's anything above 3rd level. It'd be hard. They'd have to be able to actively resist it, because they'd have to notice it and counterspell or dispel it. So, in all, theoretically, let's say for that, let's go up to 5th level to be safe. He calculates in his head. Let's make it 10,000 GP.
I'll hand him 11.
Alright, I'll have it delivered to you. What's your true name? Just write it down on this piece of paper. As he kind of sets a piece of paper in front of you.
I will write down Lucius Silerion.
Okay. He takes it and kind of puts it into his pocket and goes, alright, good sir. I'll make sure that the paper is burned afterwards, and that the item gets sent to you, no matter where you are. Once it's done, it will just appear. theoretically in your pocket. However, we've had some mishaps. I recommend making sure to eat a very hefty diet the day before it shows up.
Great. I'll make sure to find extra berries.
He's smiling. Yeah. And he looks over at Vormorn and goes, all right. So what'd you come to, good fella?
Well, along with the gold that I have, plus the cumulative price of all the gemstones, I only come up to 52,016 gold. So, Lucius, I know we just met, but do you happen to have 8 grand to spare?
The merchant just, like, puts his hand on his face, like, nope, I'm not here, I didn't see this. I'm gonna give you a minute, good sir. Why don't you two discuss while I get your ring together? And he kind of turns, opens the door, walks into the shop.
Can I borrow a small loan of 8,000 gold?
8,000 gold piece.
Oh. What's in it for me?
Well, I'll pay you back 10,000 gold pieces as soon as possible. Is that fair?
You
Can
hear
I kill
laughter.
him?
Let's just focus on the 8 and we'll figure it out later.
All right, that's fair. I need to upgrade my kit, but I appreciate you, Mr. Lucius.
Give him a
What was that, Key?
give him a back rub. That's it.
God damn it. As you, after you guys finish discussing, Burroughs comes back out and he goes, looks like I got the materials on hand, good sir, as he looks to Lucius and goes, I'll have that ring to you within a day or two. Don't worry about sticking around town. It'll be sent directly to you, as I mentioned. Did you settle the difficulty of payment?
I'll hand him the 8 grand.
Yeah, and I'll hand him the other 52 grand. That'll.
Of gems.
Oh, and then also I turned to Vormorn and I'm like, just so you know, if you die, this is mine.
Thumbs up.
You see Burrow's eyes just glimmer with sparkles as he sees this big pile of gold now in front of him. And he goes, kind of starts to drag it off the table and like hefts it over his shoulder and walks into the house, comes back out, grabs it with another leather sack, starts pulling the gems and the leftover gold into it, and goes walking back in, comes back out, goes, all right. Go pick out your, actually, you have if you don't want to walk back and talk to the fellow, which I don't blame you, he's kind of a stingy fellow. What kind of dragon leather are you looking for? Is there any other beast you prefer?
Don't worry about Black Dragon. I have that covered.
All right. Well,
Oh, I guess I don't know that yours will track, but
I'll do. Let's do a red dragon.
Red Dragon? Alright. I'll make sure to send the order in. And like your friend there, as he puts out a little piece of paper, he goes, write down your true name. Don't worry, I can't see it, neither can anybody else but you. And it burns up once it's used. It's just for sending things.
All right. I will write down the name Vormorn Galder.
Okay. He doesn't even look at it as you finish up, and he puts it into his back pocket as you see as he slides it in, and he goes, all right, good gentlemen, I will have those items to you within, the ring within a day, hopefully, and the armor should probably take a couple days, but we'll make sure that gets to you. One requirement, wherever you go in the next week, please do not allow it to be, and I'm required to state this, near acid traps, slimes that eat magic, near friends who steal magic, mimics that eat magic items, other dimensional planes, death, and if you ascend to godhood, the item also can't be transferred. That covers everything. If you'll just sign here, here, and here. Yeah, it looks at you, both of you smiling. Yes, I just need you both to sign this saying I read this to you, because it's a requirement by the Merchant Guild here.
Tim,
do
can we
I
get a
see
copy of
any
that?
fine print?
As he looks about it, and he goes, as you look at it, there's no fine print. It's really spelled out and really broken common, but it's pretty to the point. You can give me a perception check, though, just in case.
Can we get that in writing in the chat?
He looks at you and goes, yes, I will make sure you have a copy with you. Don't worry.
And before we do anything, I'm just gonna pull up the copy.
14.
Okay. All right, we're good.
With a 14, as you look it over, no, it's pretty straight to the point. It looks like it's a requirement and as you read at the very bottom, the little, like, why this is a thing, you read it says, As required by the local merchant guilds after the previous dragon attack, all contracts must be given a warning to avoid further attacks.
I will sign it.
Yeah.
He's back and goes, thank you, gentlemen. And he kind of rolls it up. And then he, you see a little spell like glimmers over it, and then two other copies appear next to it and fall onto the table. And he goes, for you, since you signed. Otherwise, I will get to work on these items. Have a good day.
Sweet.
Okay.
Oh, the mask guy told me to give this to you, and I'll hand I gave it to Durali. Never mind.
Yep. All right.
Disregard.
So, as Durali and Key, as you two run off, heading towards what used to be the Arcane District, Durali, you remember seeing as this quarter, although next to the merchant section of town, in this portion of town, it was glamorous. The buildings themselves full of arcane magic spells going everywhere, causing it to glimmer and light up and sparkle. It was truly a magical place to be. Before it was destroyed. Now, as you come through, you see most of the towers are destroyed. Many of the shops completely ransacked. But there, across the corridor of what was once a beautiful artistic stonework design done, now just melted rock that is just been hewn into rough, clean stairs to walk up, is a simple brick tower with several shuttered windows, what looks to be very sparkling even from the outside with the sun in the sky. The hardwood sparkle through the doorway. And you see large rugs kind of hanging up all over the walls and jars of just bulk goods. Also, as you guys come up to the store, the door being a simple wood door with a giant window in it to allow you to look in, you can see a very large jar sitting on the guy's counter, full of what looks to be different colored orbs.
Ooh.
And as you open the door, he goes, can I help you, person?
Hey there. I'm looking for as many weird lower magic baubles you have.
And who might you be?
I'm Durali.
Durali? You mean like the little wizard kid that was running around here?
Yeah.
Little
Hey.
tomboy that used to... You really haven't aged a minute. Shit. He looks down, and you see this bald-headed, older humanoid wearing long robes, with a hammer on his belt made of what looks to be solid purple metal that has magical runes drawn all over it. And otherwise, he just seems to be completely unequipped. And he looks about and goes, with these big brown eyes, very tan-skinned, and a slight scruff on his chin of brown hair. And he goes, you were dead, or ran off. Fair enough. And who's your little friend here?
This is Key, our cleric.
Nice
Hello.
to meet you. Good seeing new faces around these parts. Always nice to have a cleric. What can I do you both for?
I'm still collecting weird things that aren't very powerful. If you have more mood-marked paint, figurines, that kind of thing.
Let's see. I've got...
A brick of returning.
I got a brick of returning. We just got a bunch more of those in here. Let's see, he starts digging around a box, and he pulls it up, sets it on the table. It's just full of knickknacks. And he sets down a little medallion with what looks to be a very big nose carved into it, and a very, like, a muscular mustache coming out from underneath it. He goes, a locket of instant mustache. See...
Yeah, that's wild.
He sets down a vial of this like liquid, or with this bubbling liquid inside of it that seems to change colors throughout. And he goes, "I got a vial of random dragon's breath." He kind of sets down a little like a half bowl that's filled with water and has a little orb that seems to kind of spin in the water slowly, and seems to be painted in a similar design to what looks to have like islands and such on it. He goes, "I got a pocket galaxy." He pulls a little bag out and sets it on the thing, and it reads on it, "This brown sack says powdered booze." As that, and then I got some, beacon belts, but those are in the back. I gotta go get those from the shelf. I got a couple other knickknacks. Let's see. I've got some arcane candy here that we picked up the other day. Let's see.
What's the arcane candy do?
I don't know. Haven't tried any. No one else has been willing to try any.
No,
I'm
here.
actually-
I'll pay for one right now. Let's do this.
Oh, no, they're free. He kind of hands one to both of you. He hands a pink orb to Durali and a green one to Key.
All right, I'll pop it. Let's see.
Popping.
1 second to grab that. All right, both of you give me 2 D100s.
I knew it. I already prepped it.
Same. 16.
86.
Okay. So 16 and 86. Alright. And then I need a second D100 from both of you.
Ooh.
74.
74.
75.
Alright. So we'll start with Durali. As you take a bite out of it, sucking on it for a bit, the thing seems to crack, and you normally feel a surge of magic, and then nothing happens, as you already have all your spell slots.
Ooh.
For Key, as you take it and immediately it cracks in your mouth, coming out with this really sour-esque taste. For a moment, your eyes seem to glow. Well, I wasn't expecting this. I need another D100 from you, Key.
All right. Key is rolling third time and gets a 39.
Give me a second. You watch as for a moment Key's eyes seem to glow and they start. Key, you see a giant tree with different doors at each of the roots and limbs. And for a moment, you are surrounded by just nothing but pure golden light as you are standing upon this tree, looking at the different doors going off into different directions, none of them open. However, Durali and Evans both get a horrific view of as Key goes through this drug-induced vision quest. Their body begins to turn itself inside out. Literally, flesh pulling itself open and not causing any direct pain to Key. As suddenly, Key, your organs now are on the outside, your entire inner shell now inside. And Evan starts screaming, breaking you out of this translucent dream of yours, as you suddenly look around and just see Durali and Evan's face as he just drops to the ground going pale white.
What happened? Where's the tree? What? Why are you looking at me like that? I feel cold in here.
Raleigh's gonna slowly back up.
Evans
I look
kind
down.
of pulls himself up to again and looks and immediately goes to go vomit and then goes white and passes out again. As you look down, you see your internal organs sticking out. Key. Roll a con save for the shock.
Immediate first thought is, oh, that's not supposed to be outside.
Ooh, it ain't supposed to be like that.
They got a 20.
God.
You feel yourself kind of the blood from your head seeps away. You get dizzy, but somehow you manage to stay conscious as you look on. The effect does not seem to stop.
Sarah, is this permanent?
Can I try to dispel it with Dispel Magic?
Start grabbing my innards.
As you do, you cause yourself extreme pain upon touching them. Durali, you want to dispel?
I'm gonna try.
Okay, go ahead and, alright, give me a spell attack roll to see if you can manage this. You'll see why in a minute.
Military? Okay. Go D20, I believe in you. It's an 8 plus 13. So that's a 21.
Key, give me a d20 plus 4.
Okay. That's a 6.
Yeah, as your dispel goes off, you watch as Key, you start in extreme pain, suddenly feel your entire body flipping itself back and outside in. As before, you were in a nice dream state where your mind wasn't comprehending the pain your body was going through. Now it's not, as it's being forced to realign itself, basically causing you the worst pain you've ever felt in your life as your body pulls itself inside out once more. Minutes go by as this horrendous sight happens, and suddenly Key is back to normal.
Okay. We're good.
Evans is still unconscious on the floor. Yeah.
I'm gonna go start lightly cat slapping him on the face. Hey, wake up.
I saw a tree with doors. And golden light. This is...
Evans kind of comes to and looks up and hearing Key say it, goes, "What the fuck was that?"
I don't know.
Everything's fine.
Give me
Everything's
another.
fine.
You were inside out.
Well, they're not anymore.
I slowly reach out my hand. Another.
No, not another.
No. And kind of gets up, lightly kind of pulling himself up onto the table, still very pale, and kind of puts the lid back on, screws it shut, and puts the jar under his behind the desk, and goes,
Okay.
That's not gonna be an item I'm gonna sell anymore.
Yeah, I think they're kind of random. Mine just gave me more magic, although I did. Well, tell you, DM, I did use one spell slot.
Then your spell slot would have been refilled.
It refilled my magic.
But if you're going to throw it away or not sell it, it's just going to sit there.
No, I'm gonna go give this to the people who can deal with the item. Oh, God. I have seen... Oh.
What if we use this on other people?
No.
That is such an evil thought. I might have to kill you for that.
No, it's chaos, because some of them are beneficial.
You're also not there to hear that.
I know.
You're going to purge me of my sins? I've committed no sins.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm willing to dispose of the candy.
No, I think I've got someone in mind for that. Oh,
Okay.
God.
Well, where we were, the other knickknack that were more normal.
Yeah. Yeah. The other knickknacks. Oh. He just kind of looks up and down at the table and just kind of, like, you can see he's in deep concentration for a moment and goes, Yeah. I'm gonna... And he kind of walks around the table and kind of walks over to the door and flips the sign from open to closed and goes, I think you lot are my last customers of today. Yeah, what you wanted the other knickknacks. What do you want for the price?
I was gonna say, with the 5 you named, the locket, the vial, the pocket galaxy, I think you said beacon bell?
I've got, a beacon belt, yeah, a brick of returning, some powdered boost, some vial of random dragon's breath, instant mustache locket. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take it all. How much you want?
Pocket Galaxy's about 600,000 GP, but the rest are about 5 GP apiece.
I'm curious, what does the pocket galaxy do?
I don't know. Some gentleman came in, handed it to me, and said, don't sell it for anything less, otherwise the world will blow up.
Fair enough. I'll take everything but the pocket galaxy. I don't want to blow up the world by accident.
Alright. He goes, that fair? Let me just 1 sec. I'm keeping track of the items you guys are buying for my own notes this time. Hey, anything else you want?
You got any amulets of the devout?
What was it?
You got any amulets of the devout?
No. I'm a general store. I try not to trade in magical goods usually. I got a flying carpet. That's about as magical as it gets.
What size and how much?
Well, it's about 10,000 GP. It's a large carpet.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Oh. Really?
Yeah.
Shit, alright. No taking back. He goes, fucking finally. He turns around, he goes, walking in the back, and you hear him struggling with a lock, and he goes, you're fucking out of here, asshole. And he goes, clicks it open, and out comes flying as you hear the guy get knocked over, or something fall over, and like clatter with a bunch of items. As out comes this flying carpet of a very plush carpet with different weird designs and drawings all over it, of a large art piece. And as he comes out and kind of wiping off the dust, and he goes, that damn thing damn near blew up my store. You can have it and get out of here.
Really?
Arabian Nights.
Don't pull on the tassels and don't sing to it. Those are the two things that comes with the warning of the item.
Fair
What
enough.
happens? Ooh.
I don't know. Do I look like the type who uses flying carpets? He smiles at Key. I had Intelligence moments ago. I had that thing locked up in a cage. Like, it's been nothing but a hassle. You know, it took out two of my delivery boys because one of them wanted to use it to deliver some booze to the next town over, and apparently, you know, he started singing some stupid song, and the carpet tossed him from about almost 200 feet in the air, and just threw him to the ground. I lost my entire inventory of booze, and I lost my apprentice.
Was he potentially off pitch?
No, but he did like to eat chips a lot whenever someone was telling a story.
Oh. Alright, yeah. I'll keep that in mind. As I'll put the money on the counter, and I will take this and get ready to leave.
Yeah.
Got what I want.
And he goes, "All right, have a good day, all of you." And so he kind of turns and like just sits down in the little stool behind the desk and kind of starts to contemplate his life. You walk out. The bell dings. Key, are you following after Durali?
I'll go after Durali.
I do. Just when it does go back to Vermorn and Bastion, I do need to go to a tavern.
I was gonna say, you guys would have caught up by then.
And who?
And Lucius. Yes. Wait, what? All right.
He said
Yeah.
in Bastion.
Oh, my bad.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah. So as Lucius and Vormorn, as you're heading down the road back to catch up with Key and Durali, you see as they come out of the town, come out of the shop, the single brick tower shop, carrying a couple of random bits and bobs. You can see within the man looks just disturbed.
I'm riding the carpet.
Okay.
Adventure.
Yeah, as you let out the carpet, sitting down on it, it immediately tosses you off of it and curls itself back up into like to roll itself up.
Ooh. Well, that's fun.
And you come to the ground with smacking into the dirt. But yeah, as you all gather in what used to be the Arcane District, what looks to have been hurt the hardest, as most of the buildings around here having been just demolished. Any form of magic or valuable property in the buildings seem to be completely have been torn out and stripped. The only building standing at this point you see is this single brick tower, being the fact that it's mostly made out of brick. But yeah, as you gather together, what would you all like to do?
I need to stop by the tavern real quick.
I'm gonna go sell this scale mail since no one needs it, and I don't either.
All right. Where would you like to? Okay, so we'll start with how the party split. If the party is split, because it sounds like Vormorn and Key are going two opposite directions.
I'm going to the tavern.
Okay.
I am off to find more Moonbark paint.
All right.
Yeah, split party 3 ways.
All right.
Woo!
And Kia, you're gonna go try and find someone to sell the scale mail to, or not?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna start with the blacksmith.
Okay. So we'll go down or up the list instead for once. All right, we'll start with Vormorn and Lucius. As you both head towards the tavern that you had seen earlier in the town of Vormorn, you see the picture of a fine tabaxi-looking bard, kind of standing presumptuously in the design, in very scantily clad lingerie. And as below it you read, it says Herleva's Rest. The tavern itself looks to be a long row house with a blue tiled roof, large overgrown hedges on both sides of it. And it seems as you kind of open up the large door heading towards there, it is just pillars down the center and tables everywhere. The design of the bardic woman looks on the symbol. Here, give me a second. I'm just going to put that in there for right now because I don't have to deal with that. That's just for later. Yes. On the signage. Something like this, but a lot more scantily clad. The art almost coming to life as you look at the sign, as the two of you head towards there, Lucius and Vormorn. But as you open up the door, the strong smell of fish and alcohol heavy on the air. A bunch of female tabaxi walking about, taking orders from others, all shapes and sizes. But this tavern looks to be majority tabaxi, except for a single large, scaly figure that looks to be about 9 foot in height, in the and up towards the tavern itself. They seem to be wearing what looks to be a dark leathered armor, as well as, and then you notice a older depiction of the woman from the sign out front, working behind the tavern, the bar. Who PM'd? God damn it. Yep.
Alright, I'll go to the bar.
Alright. As you do, the female from the signage, looking much older, a lot more grayer, kind of comes over and she looks over at you, or walks over to you and goes, "Well, how do you do there, stranger?" She looks at you and Lucius, assuming Lucius is following right behind you.
Yeah.
She kind of looks about and goes, "You lot are, an interesting type, aren't you? How can I help you? Are you looking to try our famous Triceratops sandwich with the sharp cheese and a mug of our local Perry?"
Well,
That
to
does
be
sound
honest,
pretty good.
It's only
it does
5
sound
silver
good.
pieces.
You know what? Sure. I gotta make good on a promise I made to a friend of mine, so I might as well.
Alright, she nods and she says, "Sit on down, gentlemen. I'll get you a glass. The mugs are refillable up to 3 times, with the cost covered. Food should be out in a few moments. Our very magical chef should have it floating out. Don't mind the mage hands. It's normal around these parts. However, if you do hear an explosion in the back, do ignore it. That's normal for this. He is, pretty unique chef type." She kind of she pulls out 2 mugs from underneath the bar and kind of sets them on the table and starts pouring this red liquid. And she looks at you both and goes, What can I do you lot for? You look like the traveling sort, as you're not from around here."
Well, as that's happening, I'm gonna summon Beans because this is for him. I'm
Beans
making good on my
appears.
promise for Beans.
He takes a seat at the stool, takes your mug, and just downs it in a single gulp.
I mean, yeah, it's for him.
She looks back and she goes, you piss off your little familiar there, buddy?"
Well, I told her I'd make it up to him if he did die, and well, he did.
Then you want the strong stuff. If she pulls a mug away, or she takes the mug and refills it with a different colored drink, and she hands it to him. And you watch as he downs it, and immediately His eyes roll back. Well, his one working eye at this point rolls back into its head, and his body he falls backwards off the stool, completely
All right,
unconscious.
I'll de-summon him after that.
She goes, we call that local brew. It's a precious product of our cook in the back. He makes it from his personal kit. If it doesn't knock you unconscious in one drink or less, you get your money back.
Well, it definitely did Beans good, seems.
Oh, he won't be awake for about 4 days, so kind of a heads up.
Oh, shit. Alright.
She goes, and she looks over at Lucius. What about you, good sir? She kind of slides you one of the mugs. What are you here for?
I'll take the normal stuff.
Oh, well, that's just a mug of Perry. It's just a simple grape wine, if you will.
Sure.
It won't knock you out or anything, but it pairs well with this sandwich. The chef recommends drinking it prior to enhance the flavor. I just recommend it because it kills it if he screws up the dish.
Good to know.
Don't worry, he's only destroyed half of the dishes. He's gotten really good at it at this point. When I first hired him, it was like almost all of them. I could only have him clean, and he was absolutely useless. But what, you lot here traveling through here looking for something? I mean, y'all don't look like you're normal for these parts. Of course, I know you're not from the town, but...
Well, actually, we got teleported here by old Durali. Well, young Durali.
Oh, Durali's she's still kicking? My son Rolf's been asking after her for quite a while.
Yep, she's still going on. She brought us here after a dungeon we were in started to fly away.
I've heard a lot of stories from adventurers. I've never heard of a dungeon running away from an adventurer. That's a new one on me.
It's true. I'll cast the Zone of Truth if you really want.
I fully believe you lot. You look like the sort who don't joke around about something like that. Well, fair enough. Is there, something I can do you for as far as it goes? Like, are you looking for anything around here?
Any rumors of monsters around the town would be nice, but, I didn't really come here expect stuff just to make it up to Beans, personally.
Oh, we got some... Well, what's left of the nobles that were around these parts, those few who considered themselves nobles have been kind of causing up a stir. But it's just more of them being drunken assholes coming through the streets at night with their horses as loud as possible. Nothing like dangerous, just a nuisance. Y'all don't look like the type who handle nuisances, more the type who go slaying and killing dragons. There's some blight wolves nearby, but again, I don't think it'd do anything but whet your palate. I don't think the excitement would be worth much to you. If you're really looking for something, you want to get on that expedition that's heading up north to go into the Underdark. There's an adventurer who's organizing the whole thing. He said he heard about the Underdark and thinks he can take it on. I don't know much about the fella, but I tell you, he's crazy as all hell. He showed up, knocked out the guildmaster that used to run things around here after the two got into a pissing match, and ever since he's just kind of run the setup. So.
Well, actually, I do have another question. Are there any bad folk around these parts?
Like as in killing types, or like as in like evil types?
Folks that have killed unjustly.
There's one who lives underneath the castle. He's killed thousands of these from what I can gather. I managed to peek into his memories once, and that scared me so bad I haven't done it to a single customer since. That was 5 years ago. He's about the only fella around these parts that's a problem. Dibus used to be something, but he's gone now if he's alive at all. There's an evil dragon that lives under the castle if you want to try killing that. It's chained down, but man, is it mean, and it's probably killed more people than anybody that's alive these days, she thinks about it.
Might have to come back for them when we get stronger. I don't think I'll be able to do that by myself.
I will say, the fellow who wears the mask, even though he's dangerous and definitely probably evil, or at least was evil, he's not really that big of a problem. Also, that mask is what's the scary part. That thing's got some wicked powers from what I can tell. I don't know where he got it, if he killed a god, if he, slept with some smith's goddess. I don't know, but I tell you right now, that item in itself is terrifying.
Do I have any knowledge of that item that he was wearing or no?
Roll a history or arcana check. They will get you different answers.
Well, I get a +0 for either, so let's do history.
Okay.
Let's just chalk that to a fuck no, because that's a 3.
As you think back on it, I mean, masks are pretty famous throughout history for using as magic catalysts and to hide people's faces, so it's probably a powerful magic item, especially the fact that it managed to resist your penance stare. You gather. You can also roll.
Say fiend or undead?
No.
Definitely fiendish, right?
Nope. That mask is not fiendish.
Huh.
Okay.
Not originally.
Ooh.
Not a-
That is a unnatural 20 for history.
So this is an item that you recall a similar item, but it's not the same as the markings on it were too simplistic. But a mask made of similar material and almost identical to for the user who was rumored to have it over 20 years ago, was said to be a person who managed to steal it after killing a demon lord who had taken it, and used it to assassinate an entire royal court in a single night. Supposedly, the mask is known as one of the greatest evils in the world of Incremia. For its histories. However, at the same time, the reason it's known that the mask you're thinking of specifically is only known for being evil because it hid the face of what was considered true evil. An organization or creature that was representative of death itself when it appeared. But that mask that he was wearing was a little too simple to be the same make. Just similar enough to kind of spur that. You don't get anything else on his mask, though.
Oh.
But she kind of looks about and she goes, I mean, other than the food, is there anything else I can help you for? Or I'm going to go to attend to my other customers.
I'm fine, ma'am. Thank you very much.
She nods and she looks over at Lucius and goes, and for you, young fella?
I look forward to trying this sandwich.
It should be out momentarily. It is made from local raised creatures. They're giant lizards, high in fat and protein. They're good for you. And she kind of turns and starts to walk off. A few minutes go by, some explosions in the kitchen later, and out floating a mage hand comes this sandwich about the size of your head, Lucius, just stacked with nothing but meat and cheese. And a full selection of what looks to be some sort of vegetable-like fry that has been cooked up and salted well. The meal overall, very well cooked, and the meat seems to be just cooked thorough enough to make it juicy, yet still kind of retain itself to keep that very grilled taste. And it comes out almost perfect, pairing well with the mug of Perry. As the two of you begin to eat your sandwich and enjoy yourself, we're going to jump over to Key. Key, as you head down the street back to where you guys had come through earlier, having seen that smith earlier, you continue towards the building, seeing the open blacksmith with the giant towers in the back and the larger shop in the back. You can kind of see the peaking of a koi pond off to the side of it. And the larger, older smith who, with his long grayish beard that's kind of sticking out, fluffed up, or white beard that's fluffed out, not working on anything now, seems to be just sitting there enjoying what looks to be a glass of some sort of brown liquid with a lemon zest, or some lemon in it. And he looks over as you walk up, being shorter than you, he looks up at you and goes, what can I do for you, missy?
Hi. So I have a set of scale mail that I've never actually had any use for it, and I couldn't find anyone that could, so I wanted to see if you would like it, if I could sell it to you.
Is it made from dragons?
Honestly, I am not sure. I pull out the scale mail, just standard scale mail.
Oh, he looks it up and down and goes, huh. Well, it's definitely not made of dragon. It would be a lot better looking, a lot more impressive. in all honesty, a lot more useful. For basic scale mail, I mean, it's not worth much. I'll give you 40 GP.
I'll take it. Honestly, I don't really have any other need for it, so.
He nods and goes, I mean, you can always hold on to it to try and have it melt down for an item later if you wanted to have it the metal turned into something, but beyond that, I can't think of anything else you could use it for unless you're going to use it as the set for your magical gear to get enchanted or ruined up, but beyond that, ain't much use for it.
Mm.
And he takes the scale mail and kind of hands you over the 40 GP and kind of tosses it to one of the smaller male fellas. It looks almost a spitting image of him without the beard. As the scale mail hits this younger fellas, they seem to kind of catch it midair and like almost lean back, almost falling as they catch themselves and force themselves forward and kind of go walking into the back with it. And
Good job.
He needs to work on his core strength. So, anything else I can do for you, Missy?
No. I think that's it for now. I can't really think of anything I might need.
All right. Well, you have a good day then. He kind of turns and goes back to enjoying his drink and pulls off a sandwich from behind him that was sitting on the plate. Goes back to kicking back. Where else were you trying to go, Key?
I was just gonna go do that. Then I was gonna go head over to the tavern.
Okay. Yeah, as you return back towards the tavern, you come in as the both Lucius and Vormorn are getting their large sandwiches set in front of them, both with a mug of some sort of reddish pinkish liquid set aside. And the only figures that seem to stick out to you in the amongst the patrons in here is the large dragonborn-like creature that seems to be, again, wearing full adventure gear, kind of sitting about 2 seats down from Vormorn. But otherwise, no one else of uniqueness kind of sticks out. Herleva does kind of come around the bar. She sees you enter and goes, "Oh, you little sweet thing, you look too young to be in these parts. I'm sorry, only adults are allowed in here. You can continue on. I'll get you a sandwich and bring it around back for you."
Oh no, I think you're mistaken. I am old enough to be in a tavern.
All right.
She looks
goes, if you pass out from the drink, then I don't want to hear. If your parents come to collect you, I'm not taking any responsibility, youngin.
I'd be very surprised if my parents came to get me.
She kind of like pats you on the head. She stands about like 6 foot tall and kind of just lightly taps you with her very softened hands and goes, "All right, well, why don't you come up to the bar and have a seat, young missy? I'll prepare you some food."
Okay, I go and sit next to Lucius.
Yeah.
Last time I was near Vormorn and I got yelled at.
All right, as you take a seat, a few minutes go by and the food is brought out as a lot of you kind of start to make small talk, looking at and just enjoying the kind of the quiet of the food itself and the quiet of the tavern. Okay. Jumping over to Durali. Where were you trying to check out, Durali?
Durali's just gonna wander to every I guess what was called the Mage's Quarter.
Okay.
As the jeweler had said.
Yeah, as you walk around the arcane quarter, you see some side streets that seem to be over near the town gate that have signs kind of sitting out in front of them. The sign at the side street seems to be a big eyeball with a globe around, like a crystal ball around it. Continuing walking around, you notice another sign that just seems to be a jewel gemstone sign with the giant letter P in the center of the gemstone. Again, looks like it goes into a side alley. A strange looking shop that has kind of suddenly almost appeared as you walk closer to it. Almost as if as you get further away, it seems to look as if it's a destroyed stone building. But the closer you get to it, the more it seems to come back together and solidify itself. changing into a very stony looking, gray stone looking building with a very brightly orange shingled roof. And what looks to be a bunch of windows that are just kind of busted out slightly, and seem to have their shutters closed around them. Otherwise, the only other two buildings that catch your attention as you're walking about is the large guild building of the Emerald Paragons, which is what looks to be just a emerald shaped golem carved out in front of the guild's 2-story log cabin they have designed up. And lastly, what was formerly a steeple church that seems to have been completely destroyed with people similar to what Bahadu was wearing masks and cloaks, dark and blackened cloaks, kind of praying a strange prayer inside. Outside, there's a simple sign that reads in common, "Do not join unless part of the Society of Unseen."
Fair enough. The building that looks destroyed when you're close to it, is it a shop? Does it have any sign or anything?
As you get closer, you do notice inside, there are a bunch of shelves with what looks to be different bottles of liquid inside of it. Inside, you see a interesting looking tabaxi, kind of, well, allow me to just grab the exact image for the character to help this. Kind of with this like reddish fur color, different stripes, and almost pure, like torn up and old nobleman's clothing, like as if this person's trying to hold on to them being nobility and showing everyone else that they're nobility while their clothes are falling apart and destroyed. But they seem to have the tiger-esque pattern, which, being a tabaxi Drawley, you would know that if he is part of that clan, he is probably one of the most dangerous tabaxi around here, as they are generally were the rulers of the tabaxi for a very long time.
Ooh, danger! That sounds fun. I'm in. Let's do it.
All right. As you open up the door, you suddenly see as there's a massive like crowd now suddenly inside the room of just adventurers, all different shapes and sizes, yelling out orders for bottles of potions and such. You see two nobles in one side of the room as it suddenly starts to extend itself out, almost as if the inside of the building is its own plane of existence. Seems to expand out as two noble tabaxi start fighting each other with rapiers, dueling and cutting and causing blood to go flying, although it doesn't seem to get on any of the customers as they just cheer as they watch.
Do I see anything funky? Because my true sight's not off yet.
No, it looks legitimately. You do notice, you see that figure, the nobleman standing behind with a pipe in hand, kind of smoking and laughing as people are shouting at the fight, throwing bets down. But you also do notice two other smaller versions of him, almost identical. A female tabaxi known as Angelina, which you would know personally as she was Dibus Jr.'s concubine and his favorite concubine. And then Gamori, who is, well, shorter in stature compared to you, is a lot buffer and bulkier. He is considered was a builder and architect for a lot of the local magic shops around here, and roughly is about, from what you can remember, like a younger male, 20s, something like that. The female herself, Angelina, being almost in her like a little older overall, but not really remembering her age. But the owner of the shop seems to kind of notice as you walk in and are kind of looking about with your eyes glowing slightly, and he kind of comes walking over, swaying from side to side as his tail kind of swishes, though with the kinks, kind of makes it look very awkward and almost like it's clicking from side to side instead. As he tries to come walking over to you, sauntering, and goes, "How can I help you, good sir? I am Adrianti of the Bubbling Alchemical Academy." "Ah, wait, my apologies, young madam," as he looks you up and down.
Hey there. I'm stopping by every shop to find some things. Sadly, none of the shops lately, they sold the common item I needed. What kind of, not necessarily beneficial, weird, I guess, potions do you guys have?
I carry all sorts. I can make you something that can make your lover fall in love with you. I can make it so that someone disappears. I can make it so that way your fingernails grow twice as long. I have potions of instant death, potions of gagging, potions of rainbow farting gas in some cases. That one was a big seller during the season. I even have items that will turn horses into bunny rabbits for potions. Whatever you could need in a potion, I can make, for that is my art, and that is what I do.
Okay. I guess a few mid-tier healing potions and the rainbow fart one and the horse one both sound very entertaining.
I do not do normal, simple healing potions. That is the only thing I will state. Those ingredients are beneath us here at the Academy.
What about limb regrowing? It's a little more interesting.
He looks at you and goes, say again?
Things to regrow limbs.
Ah, yes. I do have some potion of newt swelling in the back. It should work to what you're hoping to do. What are you trying to grow back specifically?
We have a lot of martial people in our party, so an arm would probably be important.
I've got the perfect thing for you. He kind of starts looking about his pockets and pulls out something. A strange beholder shaped jar with what looks to be a purple sparkling liquid that bubbles at the top of it, not fully filling it, but seems to kind of make little popping noises as it seems to with the cork in it, it seems to echo out almost twice as loud. As he looks about, he goes, I can't really sell this normally, but this will give you exactly what you're hoping for. It's called a potion of extra arms. We create it specifically for those who are notorious of using vorpal weapons on themselves. You'd be amazed at how often adventurers seem to cut their heads off, or legs off, or feet off. I even had one gentleman who came in and said he cut his ear off and his nose in the same swipe. I still haven't figured that one out.
Huh. How much, Yeah, how much?
For the that potion and the potion with of horse changing, as well as what was the other item you wished for? The rainbow methane will cost you. Due to the ingredient shortage, I can give you a deal of about 200,000 gold pieces for the lot.
Oh. I'm assuming most of that's for the weird one you don't normally sell.
No, that's evenly split amongst the three. I sell potions by the vial of liquid and the ingredient value. All three have extremely hard to get ingredients. For reference, a key ingredient, for example, in the rainbow gas is the requirement of trapping and forcing the breath weapon of a pink or purple dragon into a jar and mixing it with many other rare ingredients. And as you imagine, pink and purple dragons of the chromatic species are extremely rare. I've only seen one in my time. And the last time I saw him, he was over in, I believe, Redenia, flying in those Nordic lands or Orcish lands. I don't know. It's been a while since I've been there.
I heard he vanished not too long ago.
True, but I do have something of value for information if you're very curious.
Oh?
I have acquired a very rare and useful asset if you'd be interested. How would you like your own personal alchemist?
Why are you trying to sell a personal alchemist? Now I'm curious.
He is very well trained, but not the brightest bulb in the bunch. But his service is what I'm offering. He is more experienced with travel than I am, and has offered to offer his services for a small price of a day-to-day fee of about 5 copper pieces. In exchange, any potions he makes, you have to gather the ingredients for.
Damn, you cut out slightly. What's the day-to-day cost? Just taking care of them?
Oh, 5 copper pieces, and any ingredients or any potions you want, you will have to gather the ingredients. Although he does come with his own vials.
I feel like you're just trying to get rid of him, but I'm honestly sounds entertaining. I'll take him.
All right. And he turns and he shouts, Tamador, get your ass out here.
Yeah.
He's back.
I have sold your services finally. Someone's bought you. So, and he kind of brings him out and he goes, he's got a silent spell cast on him to avoid him casting any more of the magic. He's got some weird curse on him from something. I can't break it. But every time he talks, something breaks around him. I don't know why. I have no idea what he did to piss off whatever he did, but we tried to remove curse at a 9th level caster came through to town to do it, and they couldn't get rid of it, so can't talk much, but man, is he good with his potions.
Yeah, I can teach him sign language probably on the road. Yeah, I can make this work.
And as far as it goes, he's yours now. And no takesy backsies, and he kind of shoves them towards you. Good luck, good day, and goodbye. As he turns and heads back into the crowd, back towards the stand.
I'll reach up and take Temidor's hand if he'll give it, and I'll start walking towards the tavern.
Temidor just starts to follow you, holding onto one of his fingers, as he kind of sticks it out. As you head out the door, the sounds of the store kind of die down, and you see a couple of people walking by, ignoring it. As you continue to walk on, your true sight finally properly activates, Durali, and you see there's no store there. Whatever you just walked into was just an empty doorway.
It was fun. I enjoyed it.
As Temidor is still being towed away by you.
Look, I have proof I was there. Temidor's following me. I was somewhere.
True. But as you head back to the tavern, as you enter in, you hear from the back a woman's higher pitched voice go, Durali, is that you?
In the fur.
Herleva comes running out and immediately picks up Durali, throwing her in the air and spinning around and setting you back down and goes, oh, is this your sweetheart? Oh, man, Rolf is going to be so upset. Huh? I didn't know you got married or found yourself a man when you were out and about.
Oh. No one's interested in people our height usually. No, this is my new alchemist I just hired.
Ah, nice to meet you. She goes to shake Temidor's hand. Temidor just kind of looks at you, Durali, and looks at the hand and looks back at you confused.
I'll kind of wave a hand to go ahead and shake your hand. Yeah.
He puts his hand out, and he kind of lets Herleva kind of do most of the shaking. He takes his hand back and just kind of stands there. And she goes, I've saved your favorite spot. Don't worry, it's right up here. There's a turtle up there, but all should be all right.
Oh, Key's up there? All right.
You know the turtle?
Yeah, part of my party.
Oh, do you know the human and the frowning one? She points to Vormorn.
Yeah, those the other two.
Ah, well, feel free to join them. I'll have a sandwich out to you and a mug here in a minute. I'll be right with you after I get done with the other customers.
Perfect.
And she kind of goes back to busying herself as she's taking orders and walking about.
I mean,
I will head
say
over.
That we were traveling with Durali. I mean, she might not have believed us, though. I mean,
Exactly.
I'll walk over and I'll climb into a chair in the literal sense.
Yeah, as you climb up onto the stool, she sitting down next to Key having mowing down on a large sandwich along with Lucius and Vormorn. Mugs of what looks to be a purplish reddish liquid kind of set out, as he comes over, or as Herleva comes over, she goes, all right, I've got another sandwich for you, good Durali, and here is a sandwich for your friend on the house. To the rest of you, she looks about Vormorn, Lucius, and Key and goes, since you're friends with Durali, you're friends of mine. Any more drinks you want, let me know. Just grab my attention, they're on the house.
Well, thank you.
She smiles and nods and goes, and if you need anything, you know where to find me. Also, Durali, Rolf's out of town hunting currently, last I checked. So, your peace is guaranteed while you're here.
I'll keep that in mind.
She nods and heads back into the kitchen.
So, guys, I hired an alchemist who may or may not be cursed.
Teminar just turns,
Oh, you have
looks,
gotta be
and
kidding
waves.
Not him again.
Yeah, I just met the guy. He seems nice, although he has a silence spell that please don't get rid of it. I was told his voice.
How does
Please don't get
Lucius-
rid of it.
What? Oh, you know about the curse. Oh, yeah, I didn't know it was that widespread.
Oh yeah, the curse.
Yeah. I was told things break when he speaks.
Maybe the curse breaks when he speaks.
I don't want to test it.
Teminar just saying the back and forth, kind of puts the sandwich down, wipes his hands with the towel, with the napkin, and kind of just waves at you all.
Yeah, I have a question. Wouldn't Timinar recognize Lucius from just after he lost his
With no
memories?
memories, like...
Would he?
You know, like...
I mean, he was the first person, one of the first people he saw.
Doesn't
after,
necessarily mean he'd remember him after traveling for so long.
I mean, I guess, but it really hasn't been that long, has it?
How do you know?
When all of your memories and when time dilation and stuff exists, we don't know.
I mean, I guess that's fair, but still, his first memory, just seeing the whole group of people, what the fuck happened?
Well, Hunter, keep in mind earlier, when we were in VC, I think it was a month ago, we were told he went to another realm for a while. We don't know how the time works between those two realms.
Okay, I guess that's fair as well.
Teminar kind of stops waving, grabs the sandwich, and starts chewing on it again, and kind of chills.
Yeah. So this is my new buddy. He's great. I'm gonna try and teach him sign language on the road so that he can communicate. But yeah. Do we have anything else to do in town, or?
I think I'm good.
So they couldn't find any mood mark paint. I mean, that was...
I don't think there's nothing to be done about the guy under the castle, so I can't do too much. So we might as well just move on.
All right.
Yeah, I'm ready to get moving.
Yeah, we can get ready to move.
As you finish up your food, her leva comes back out and she goes, "Oh, you all on your way already?"
I mean, of course, after we eat.
Yeah, we got nothing else in town.
She nods and goes, "No worries. Have a good one. The chef told me to pass on one of his free tellings. He said that beware of exploding rats, whatever that means in your future."
Who is this mysterious chef?
Those sound fun.
Oh, he used to work for he was I think the head wizard or head something for the tiefling what's her name, something Silversong, the queen of the tieflings. I don't remember her name.
Tikva.
Yeah, that's it. No, it wasn't Tikva. No, it was someone else. Well, it started with a Z. Zaya? Zaya?
Oh, the other
Zoya?
one.
I don't know. Something like that. Yeah, he said he used to work for him until he hit his head, and he woke up not remembering anything. So, I just kind of, we ran into each other on his travels. I hired him. He's real smart, really good with magic, especially likes to work with food and meat. I don't know. But his food's explosive, and that's all that matters. As she smiles and goes, "If you need anything else though before you leave town, feel free to stop in. I'm always happy to have you around. And I know Rolf would love a chance. Well, maybe not now that you've got the tall fellow there, but
I mean, fair enough. Actually, do you know where the family that made the mood mark paint went?
Yeah, they joined up with some guy who bought them out on their entire resources. Start with E. He works for some holy church, some thieving church, I think. That goddess, the Tabaxi goddess that rose. She goes, I don't remember the goddess's name.
The half Tabaxi.
I don't know if she's half. I don't know. She looks over at Warmer. What was that?
Well, the Terrasitis lady?
Yeah, that's her. Yeah. Guy who worshipped her came through, said he was buying up all of their stuff and then asked them to come work for his organization. I don't know what a circus needs to do with so much paint, but, you know, maybe it's for some, like, face painting or something like that. No clue.
Oh, well, that's kind of messed up. I needed more paint for something.
Is Daka known to the world as like a follower and or champion of Terrasitis?
You don't know?
Okay, cool.
She goes, yeah, they bought up all the supply and all. They're the only shop now in town that knows how to get the materials. You're gonna have to go deal with them. Best case I can tell you is last thing I heard is they were up in the Snow Elven lands making deals with their queen, Dionys or something like that. Might be of good use to you. Go check there if you're looking for him. If I can do anything else, any questions y'all got while you are here, you're welcome to ask. I'm always happy to help out old friends.
Yeah, alright. I appreciate it.
She nods. She goes, oh, and by the way, careful while you're out and about. That Monstrous Five has been known to be hunting down people and adventurers. I heard they killed a whole group of adventurers that came by their town recently, so...
Yeah. Alright, yeah. Well, worst case, I'll just teleport again. We should be fine.
I just don't teleport, please, in here. But if you're looking for the area, my advice: stay away from the dwarven lands. Those old dwarven lands are the where they seem to have set up shop, or at least that's where the rumor is.
That's fair. And don't worry, the teleport. My set is at the castle.
Ah, she nods.
Yeah. No. Alright. And with that, Durali's good to go and the others are.
Yep, I'm ready.
Okay. As you head back out, you all kind of start walking out of the tavern, coming out of the very heated room to the nice brisk afternoon or early morning air kind of hitting them. As you go walking out, you hear the chirps of the birds kind of louder and louder. Heading towards the castle, a couple of the merchants waving at you guys every once in a while, not really doing much to gather your attention. Many seeming to notice Temidar and avoiding your party after that. But as you head back to the castle, heading up the long flight of stairs, minus Vormorn, who I assume is going to ride Ticarius up, or are you going to walk?
Yeah, riding Ticarius.
Yeah. Avoiding the stairs and all the cardio that comes with it, like a good cowboy. He makes his mount do all the hard work. Flying up the stairs, you all come back up to where you made camp earlier, seeing the setup being left alone, completely undisturbed. Yeah, it's about still around mid-morning by the time you make it up to the castle throne room.
So, if I'm correct, the plan is to go to this here town that Lucius marked on the map.
Yeah, see if my family tribe's still there.
Is that what we're gonna do? I know there's that Underdark posse going down there, but I don't know if you folks want to do that. Personally, I don't care if we do that or not.
I mean, I would be interested, but it didn't sound like the others were. We can start making our way towards the tribe lands.
Family's important, Lucius. I'd say we should definitely go check on them for you.
It's not so much family I'm looking for.
They're your tribe, aren't they? It's family
Well,
enough.
Not the man I'm hunting to kill.
Wait, so are we looking for your tribe or the man you're trying to kill? Because now I'm confused.
Well, I think one might point me in the direction to the other.
So we
if
are
not-
looking for your tribe.
Yes and no. Long term, no. Short term, yes.
I'm not talking long term.
Suddenly,
I'm talking about what's going on now.
Vormorn, you hear some of the Ticarius suddenly neighs loudly as suddenly a presence is felt at your back, Vormorn.
Is it a very not so good evil presence?
As you notice the big black cloak suddenly as it starts to wrap itself around you. Not fast, in fact, it seems extremely slow. As if it's someone slowly just kind of coming for a really awkward hug around your back behind you. Completely from what you can tell, based on whether if these are arms, they are sitting on Ticarius without you noticing.
Can I just like look behind me and see who it is?
You see the white mask over your shoulder. And he goes, you know, I heard this story about about a guy who walks into a horse at a palace. You want to hear it?
Me and Tycaris just go to the ethereal plane without this person.
As you do, he seems to come with you.
What? That's not how that works. What?
And he goes, hey, I can do that nifty trick too.
Yeah.
You know, it's really fun for getting away from people when you're trying not to get stabbed or shanked in the back after killing their king. By the way, so I was thinking about that nifty power you got, Vormorn. You know, don't ask how I figured out your name and your entire story about you with the Haley and the fact that your horse there used to be something very different. Anyways, I thought about this something. You got a cool power, and I want to know how the hell you figured out how to do this. Because I feel like you're linked to someone I'm trying to get rid of. So why don't you tell me before I suddenly finish this very awkward hug and having a good time. Especially now we're in the ethereal plane, your friends can't touch me. Hi, friends, as he waves.
Hello.
And you see the very enchanted dagger in front of your face, more kind of waving back and forth. As the hand of the man kind of comes out of the sleeve.
I don't think I will. We'll shift back into the material plane.
As you do so, he does not shift back. And he goes, and you all hear a distant voice go, that's a shame. I guess I'm gonna have to murder you all now. This is gonna be fun. And then that is where we're gonna end the session as everything goes dark.
Okay, listen, I wanted to fight this guy anyways. He might be way too powerful for us, but it's kind of the character deal to not let this kind of person go.
Alright. Thank you all for those who are watching. And we will see you come tomorrow for some Monster Monday or some Old God Dungeon delving. We thank you, and we hope you have a good night with this cliffhanger. Boom. Yeah, it's not much of a cliffhanger when I add that part, I just realized, but oh well.